Hi everybody. Today we are going to be talking about a plum brandy Sljivovica, and this one particular bottle is made in Croatia. But before we get too far into this video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down if you don't like this video. Subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notifications because every week I'll be putting out a new video. Give me comments if there's something you want me to review, or if you want to know some more information about Sljivovica, or if you've tried it. And stick to the end of the video. I'll give you some words of wisdom from me and a fun fact about plum brandy. So let's get into this video. This Sljivovica is, like I said, this one's made in Croatia, but they're made in a lot of Eastern European countries. It is very popular there. I've been drinking Sljivovica for most of my life. I've had tons and tons of different bottles. I've drank probably literally gallons of it. You can have great bottles and you can have absolutely terrible bottles. So it does vary a lot, you know, from distillery to distillery and what kind of plum they use. I've had it made with prune plums, Italian prune plums. I've had it made with blood plums. The Italians are also quite big into Sljivovica. But like I said, one of the things that is very you should know about this is try to get a bottle that's not aged in any kind of oak or any kind of wood, because that wood actually steals a lot of the flavor of the plum brandy. It also steals it from apple brandy and pear brandy. Those characteristics of the fruit really come across from distillation. A lot of fruits don't. And when you age them in an oak or something like that, you're stealing that beautiful flavor. I think it's a sacrilege to do, because it's like taking a beautiful venison tenderloin and overcooking it. You should cook it rare and put very little with it. Make sure you have that flavors of that meat. This is the same thing with the plum brandy. If you put it into something else, I think you've really robbed it of its flavor. And so try to keep it simple. Just keep it straight off the still. Age it in some glass maybe for a while. And it also can be made in a pot still or a column still. So I do know somebody that has drank quite a bit of Sljivovica. It is my brother in Colorado. So please, maybe you give me a comment. Let me know what kind of history you've had with Sljivovica and if you've tried this bottle. So let's get into this bottle and see if it's any good or not, because I've never tried this bottle like most of my reviews. So let's see if it holds up to my standards of Sljivovica. Crack it here. So you can smell the plum, so that's a good sign. It smells like almost like a Italian prune plum that this one might have used. I haven't actually looked up what kind of plum they've used in this one, so. I mean, the one beautiful thing about Sljivovica is it's not super complicated. It's plum alcohol, plum brandy. When you don't put those other, complications of the wood in there, you really do get usually a clean product that's done right, really tasting like the plum. So let's try this out. It's actually, you definitely taste the plum very nice. It's not the best Sljivovica I've ever had, but it's not bad. For the price point of the bottle that I paid for this in Australia, it wasn't very expensive at all. And it's not, I've had ones with a lot more plum flavor coming through, but if I didn't tell you what this was and I gave you a glass of it and said, what does this taste like? You would probably say this definitely tastes like plum. So that's a good sign coming from a Sljivovica. Like I said, it's not an overcomplicated spirit. It's plum brandy. And I think for the price point, I think this one's not a bad bottle. Like I said, there is some amazing bottles that really, really have the plum taste a little bit stronger than this one. But this definitely tastes like plum, so I'm quite happy with that. I think that for the price point and the quality and everything, it's not a bad drop. So, but try some different ones. If you can find some in your liquor store, wherever you are, go and buy a bottle of Sljivovica. Tell me what you think. Give me comments back, please. And so that's the review for this bottle. Now let's get into some words of wisdom for me. One of my words of wisdom today is the old story, and a lot of people have heard the story, about you can take a frog and you can put it in a pot of water and turn on the burner low. And as the water heats up, the frog adapts, the body adapts to the temperature. So as the temperature gets hotter and hotter, the frog adapts and adapts and adapts until the water almost gets to the boil. And just before it gets to the boil, the frog usually tries to jump out of the pot, but the frog has used too much energy to adapt to the temperature and actually doesn't have enough strength to hop out, and the frog usually perishes in the water. Now, if you ask most people what killed that frog, most people say, well, it was the boiling water. Well, yes and no. Really, what killed that frog was to not make the decision beforehand. Well, it still had the energy to hop out of that water and could have done that earlier and survived. And that translates into business a lot. Now, I'm in a business dealing that I've been working with for a long, long time, and it hasn't came through yet, but it's taking a lot of my energy and time. Now, if this last attempt doesn't go through, I'm going to have to hop out of that pot of water before it boils, well before it boils, and while I still have the energy to get out and put my energy into new projects. So you got to realize that that's with a lot of things in life, sometimes in relationships and sometimes in many things in life. We stay too long and then we don't have the energy to hop out. So sometimes you got to recalculate and use your energy to another business deal that you think, oh, I'm going to lose if I hop out now. I'm going to lose. Well, you're going to lose if you stay too long and you wasted energy and it's cost you either relationships or it's cost you too much finances or too much of your time that's valuable to put into other efforts. So remember that. So that's my words of wisdom today. Hopefully that helps some of you guys out. And I was going to tell you a fun fact about plum brandy. Now, it actually isn't so much about the spirit plum brandy. It is about a famous painter in the mid to late 1800s. His name was Édouard Manet. He was an Impressionist, and he did a beautiful painting of a lady in a bar, young lady in a bar, smoking, actually it was an unlit cigarette, and she had a glass of plum brandy in front of her with actual plum in it. It's a beautiful painting. If you like art, look it up online. It's a beautiful painting. And that's my fun fact about plum brandy today. So hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Give me the thumbs up if you like this. Give me comments what you'd like to see. And please share this video with your friends. And I'll see you in the next video. Keep your stick on the ice, everybody. Cheers.